Hello and welcome to Recharge Yourself YT. In today's life, wherever you look you find a plethora of successful people to take inspiration from. From CEOs to celebrities, there is always that something that sets them aside from other people. Today we will look at the common aspects of these successful artists, writers, and scientists and break down what sets them aside. However, I encourage you to please like and subscribe if you want to know more. So with that, let's start with the first common aspect. 1. Busy. Daily Rituals, How Artists Work, examines the work habits of over 150 of the greatest writers, artists and scientists. What did they all have in common? A relentless pace of work. From the book Daily Rituals, How Artists Work. Sooner or later, Pritchett writes, the great men turn out to be all alike. They never stop working. They never lose a minute. What did Stanford professor Jeffrey Pfeffer find when he looked at high achievers like LBJ and Robert Moses? 60 to 65-hour work weeks were not uncommon. From the book Managing with Power, Politics and Influence in Organizations. In a study of general managers in industry, John Cotter reported that many of them worked 60 to 65 hours per week, which translates into at least 6 10-hour days. The ability and willingness to work grueling hours has characterized many powerful figures. Energy and strength provide many advantages to those seeking to build power. When Mihai Csikszentmihalyi studied geniuses for his book Creativity, he realized something fascinating about IQ. No one who changed the world had an IQ under 130, but the difference between 130 and 170 was negligible. As long as you were past the 130 IQ threshold, it was all about how hard you worked. 2. Just say no. Warren Buffett once said, the difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. And that's what gives them the time to accomplish so much. In Creativity, Csikszentmihalyi makes note of the number of high achievers who declined his request to be in the book. Why did they say no? They were too busy with their own projects to help him with his. Achievement requires focus. And focus means saying no to a lot of distractions. 3. Know what you are. In his classic essay Managing Oneself, Pete Drucker is very clear. Ignore your weaknesses and keep improving your strengths. In identifying opportunities for improvement, don't waste time cultivating skill areas where you have little competence. Instead, concentrate on, and build on, your strengths. This means knowing who you are, and what you are good at. Harvard professor Gautam Mukunda, author of Indispensable, When Leaders Really Matter, says this is key for leaders. More than anything else, know thyself. Know what your type is. Ellipsis. Think about your own personality. For instance, if you are a classic entrepreneur, you can't work in an organization. Know that. Quote. 4. Build networks. Nobody at the top of the heap goes it alone. And those at the center of networks benefit the most. Paul Erdos is the undeniable center of the mathematics world. How did he become the center of the math world? He was a giver. The great thing about networking, and as great networkers like Adam Rifkin advise, Paul Erdos gave to others. He made those around him better. From the book The Man Who Loved Only Numbers, the story of Paul Erdos and the search for mathematical truth. He knew better than you yourself knew what you were capable of. He gave the confidence that many of us needed to embark on mathematical research. 5. Create good luck. Luck isn't magical, there's a science to it. Richard Wiseman studied lucky people for his book Luck Factor, and broke down what they do right. Certain personality types are luckier because they behave in a way that maximizes the chance for good opportunities. By being more outgoing, open to new ideas, following hunches, and being optimistic, lucky people create possibilities. Does applying these principles to your life actually work? Wiseman created a luck school to test the ideas, and it was a success. From Luck Factor. In total, 80% of people who attended luck school said that their luck had increased. On average, these people estimated that their luck had increased by more than 40%. 6. Have grit. Intelligence and creativity are great, but you can't quit when the going gets tough if you really want to accomplish anything big. That's grit. Perseverance. And it's one of the best predictors of success there is. From Dan Pink's excellent book Drive, The Surprising Truth About What Motivates Us. The best predictor of success, the researchers found, was the prospective cadets' ratings on a non-cognitive, non-physical trait known as grit, defined as perseverance and passion for long-term goals. Researchers have found that grit exists apart from IQ and is more predictive of success than IQ in a variety of challenging environments. Defined as perseverance and passion for long-term goals, grit accounted for an average of 4% of the variance in successful outcomes. Howard Gardner studied some of the greatest geniuses of all time. One quality they all had in common sounds an awful lot like grit. From the book Creating Minds, an anatomy of creativity seen through the lives of Freud, Einstein, Picasso, Stravinsky, Eliot, Graham, and Gandhi. When they fail, they do not waste much time lamenting, blaming, or, at the extreme, quitting. Instead, regarding the failure as a learning experience, they try to build upon its lessons in their future endeavors. Framing is most succinctly captured in aphorism by French economist and visionary Jean Monnet: "I regard every defeat as an opportunity." 7. Make awesome mistakes. Failure is essential. Losers like to hear that because it makes them feel better about their past mistakes. Winners use it to go make more mistakes they can learn from. Always be experimenting. In his excellent book Little Bets, Peter Sims explains the system used by all the greats. The mindset is what makes a big difference. The willingness to spend 5 to 10% of your time doing experiments will, over the long run, really open up that part of you that can be more creative and entrepreneurial, and yield, hopefully, some new opportunities that you hadn't thought of before trying something. You must wrestle with your ideas. Dissect, combine, add, subtract, turn them upside down and shake them. Get ideas colliding. From Zig-Zag, the surprising path to greater creativity. Successful creators engage in an ongoing dialogue with their work. They put what's in their head on paper long before it's fully formed, and they watch and listen to what they've recorded, zigging and zagging until the right idea emerges. How do you start? Do like the greats and keep a notebook. 8. Find mentors. You cannot go it alone. It can be hard to learn from books. And the internet makes it difficult to separate truth from fiction. You need someone who has been there to show you the ropes. A Yoda. A Mr. Miyagi. Yes, 10k hours of deliberate practice can make you an expert, but what makes you dedicate 10k hours to something in the first place? As Adam Grant of Wharton explains, the answer is great mentors. Why would somebody invest deliberate practice in something? It turns out that actually most of these world-class performers had a first coach, or a first teacher, who made the activity fun. So summing up. 8 things you can do to be like the best. Stay busy. Just say no. Know what you are. Build networks, create good luck, have grit, make awesome mistakes, find mentors. I hope you find this video enjoyable. Please like, comment and subscribe for more videos like these. See you next time.